So, the mixer. It might look daunting and intimidating with all its complicatedness, but after this tutorial you'll have everything you need to use the mixer to your advantage. So, let's start with the fact that everything defaultly routes to the master. If I just create a new 3x OSC plugin, as you can see it has these 3 dashed lines, that means it's going to the master. If I change those a little bit, you can see how it's highlighting different channels. Yeah, we go down to the 3 dashed lines, it's going to the master. As you can see, it went into the master there. So that's what that means. Now, mixer tracks also defaultly go to the master. So if we find this random default mixer track, as you can see, these send controls, that's what these are, it's sending to the master. So sending, speaking of sending, is super useful. So here's how sending works. This is a vocal track. As you can see, it's not actually sent to the master right now. It's not going into the master. Here's why. This is what it would sound like. Yeah, we don't want that, right? So anyway, you select the track you want to send, and then you click the send control for the track that you want to send it to. So if I want to send it to insert 19, there we go. Now, insert 19 goes to the master, which is why it sounded weird again there. Sending is also super useful for drums. I have these 4 drum tracks here, and each of them are not being sent to the master. They're all being sent to a drum send, which is being sent to the master, which means I can control their volumes relative to each other and the whole drum set volume pretty easily, which is super useful. You should always do that with your drums. It's very effective. So you can deselect by just clicking it, and you can change like how much it is with that. Look at that top left view box to see what the percent is. This box here, super useful. It tells you all the numerical values for everything you ever change. When you hover over stuff, it tells you what you're hovering over. It's the most useful thing ever. It's so good. Use it to your advantage. All right, so recording. When you want to record something, get a track, all right, and then you want to go up here and select your input. It might not give you like the name of the mic. You'll just have to play around with it. For me, I'm only using one mic right now, so select the mono input. Just go with the mono input. It'll automatically arm it for recording. If it doesn't, just click it. And then you should see it going in there, and there you go. You've got the channel or the mixer track set up. To record, just click this record button up here. Audio into the playlist as an audio clip. Don't worry about Edison. It counts down, and then you're recording. Yay! So then you want to press the stop button to stop it recording, and then deselect that record there. So it shows up on the playlist here. So there you go. And then you're recording. So it shows up on the playlist. It also shows up on the channel rack, routed to channel or mixer track 100. You can always move it from 100 if you want. I keep it there because it's a pretty convenient place for it to be. But if you wanted to move it, just know that if you're playing an audio file and you change the mixer track, it won't actually change mixer tracks until you stop and start again. So there you go. Put your effects on this mixer track, the one that it ends up in. Don't put any effects on the one that you're using to record, because then you can't take those effects off. They record with it. So yeah, if you don't know how to put effects on, it's pretty simple. Just left click and put an effect on. So, you know, we put Fruity Love Filter on. If we want to remove it, left click that little arrow thing, and then replace with none, and there you go. That's about it. The effects go from 1 to 10 in that order, right? If you want to have your delay before your reverb, just there you go. And that's the mixer. Thanks for watching.